talk when they find like when they 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 find it like when they talk 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 when they find it like
interesting matchup in the end. I don't think any of us two expected Espada to be in that 0-1 spot.
No, we didn't, or at least I didn't. You didn't. Yesterday we saw what happened when Espada plays well, but they come up short a little bit. And of course, in this case against SG.pro, well, we'll have to wait and see how they handle themselves. SG.pro as well had a bit of a disappointing ending yesterday against Aves, a 2-0 that they lost.
Yeah, and an interesting one at that, especially in the scoreline as well. I think it was pretty clear between those two teams as well. In the end of it still, though, decent records here for the team, of course. Win strike all the way at the top. They had the cleanest run through. Yeah, still a couple of other teams there. It was like Krakow, I think, not a surprise that they're in that position. I think one surprise I did have was definitely that Dignitas game yesterday. At the same time, though, interesting matchups there still to come for the day today. Of course, between these two teams, we did have an interesting map veto. That, of course, is already live, but let's check straight into that. Inferno ban, yeah, not a surprise. Vertigo ban, also not a surprise. The first map that we're actually going to play, that was a surprise for me because both teams lost that map yesterday. In general, are bad at nuke. And I feel like, yeah, of course, SG.pro pick it, but I feel like Espada should have the better time. They went to double OT yesterday. I'm not sure where that one's going to go, but I think that actually Espada could have it in 2, especially then moving into Mirage as well.
Yeah, exactly. With Espada having to play nuke again, and yesterday playing it into double OT, certainly, you know, they've shown that they're capable enough of winning even a team of the likes of Secret. So SG.pro, when you look at their performance against Aves, it was more than disappointing. They lost at 16-12, but even on the half, 9-6 on their CT side. So they really, really had a very bad show. Now, of course, statistically, when you look at all things considered, Espada are not doing as poorly, one can say, on nuke. I mean, it's what, at 40% win ratio, if I'm not completely wrong. My 27 for Espada.
It's pretty bad, actually, yeah.
Yeah, it's actually pretty bad. 21 for SG.pro. It is a bit of a surprise that SG.pro would actually pick into nuke, right? I think that's the biggest shocker of all.
Especially because there were still other maps that, of course, hadn't been banned yet. They could have gone for something different there. But at the same time, I mean, the second map, you have Mirage. You pretty much have first pick for both teams. Both teams should be able to bring a good game to that. However, still, I'd see Espada up ahead. I think in general in the matchup, you'd have to see Espada as a favorite between these two teams. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how things get into it. We do, of course, have a full best of 3 if it comes to that. But I think right now, the two of us are expecting it to go one way. And even if we move on to that third map, 2 overpass, we'll see how it goes. Let's jump in on nuke. The map pick for SG.pro. And with that, day 2 getting started here for the Swiss stage at 9-5. Number 4. Yeah, we've talked about knife rounds yesterday on nuke. Sometimes they're great. Sometimes they don't even matter. As we've seen, a lot of these teams do sometimes also have a strong T side, although you still want to start on that CT.
Yeah, absolutely. Sometimes they really don't matter because at a point in the game, at a point in the series, you know, you have to win every single side anyway. You have to win the T and the CT side. So for Espada, we saw how quickly things can turn upside down. You know, they had a pretty good position yesterday on nuke. They won the half 8-7. They won the second pistol, if you recall. They were leading, I believe, 11-7 or something of the like, maybe 10-7 that they were leading with, only to then lose it all with Secret making the comeback into the OT, double OT even, and securing themselves the victory for the final and third map. On the other hand, the Espada, I think they choked quite a bit too much. They had ample opportunity, yet didn't take the cake, if we can say so. And now, well, the second time's the charm, as it is going to be nuke, our first map, and the pistol already live. Let's see how they handle it.
Yeah, interesting one here, of course. How do things get started? Actually, Fiery getting the first kill onto Patsy, and that's one thing also that they've had difficulties with yesterday. Demo's already been spotted here in the B-bomb site. That's going to fall as Fame grabs that kill. Dexter already back into it. Finnegan also in towards ramp. Also grabs his kill towards the site. Bomb's still going to be planted, however. And still, players close here. That is going to be dangerous for both CTs here as Keys gets one. Looking for that second.
Oh.
And also finds it up against Finnegan. Dexter all by himself in the 1v2.
Yeah, this is going to be a great clutch for Dexter. Let's see if he can pull it off. Spots the first on railing. He's going to take his shot, but unfortunately missing his chance as Kiss arrives with D-Day coming through ramp to secure the final shot. SG.pro, the pistol is theirs, and with that, they will kick off their T side with great success. Already, Sotfik, we could see here, he was immediately denied in Keys. He went in close to try and clear out the two corners, and, well, the one corner really, with both in this case Sotfik and Dexter getting shut down. It left the rest of the squad very much wanting, and SG.pro, a great start to their map pick. And we do see they're going to be taking it a little bit faster, even down vents already. Roofire doesn't lose any time here, as he's quick to react, quick to play. And it is going to be a charge up ramp with Dima holding it passively down below. Or passively
trying to support that, but Roofire already with that wraparound from the side. Kisa also holding in behind, and he's having a great day there. In the end, they'll double save. Not a single kill found here for SG Fire. Sorry, for Espada. As SG Fire with that setup, 4 rifles, and in the end, it's Roofire that has big impact with that MP.
That was beautiful to see. Roofire didn't go to clear a secret, didn't go to clear to words outside, or try to be the nuisance down below and just wait for his teammates. He actively went to help them towards ramp, and it's nice to see that he's actually participating in the sense that he's actively looking out for his friends. And in that case, he probably saved a life of one of his own teammates, and maybe even potentially avoided the loss of an AK or the like. And SG.pro, so far so good. This is an excellent start to their side. It really couldn't be better given the circumstances. And Espada, I worry that they might take this a little bit too harshly, and given that they lost yesterday in OT, this today could be a bit of a different outcome, and that they might just straight out lose. But let's not dwell on the past. Let's see what the future brings, as a technical timeout will be called. I'd have to wager on Espada.
Yeah, probably. We'll see how that comes through. I haven't seen anything from our admins yet, but I'm sure that we'll have that within a couple of seconds. Still, of course, for Espada, they have that 7-map losing streak. They went to OT 2 of those times of the 7. In general, they went to OT a bunch in the past couple of months when they actually ended up on nuke. So yeah, we'll see how that actually goes down. As we're still waiting on a word why we have the pause, but I'm sure it's just something minor. As everybody is still on the server, maybe it's just TeamSpeak issues. We see that a bunch as well.
Classical TeamSpeak, if that's the case.
Yeah, but game's already got to be unpaused.
Yeah. Nice to have very effective admins. Love it.
Yeah. In the end, just small minor thing. And game is back live. And SG.pro already have the lead here and looking to expand that further. Of course, a 3-0 should surely be in it. But then after, a 4th should be stopped by Espada. Already though, they're playing the same round as they did before. This time it's Senator all the way down. He's already pushing through. Still though, it seems like Espada have a pretty good idea of where that SMG is going to be coming from. Still Fame grabbing 1 kill. Senator grabbing a 2nd and a 3rd here for the team. In the end, he's having a good day, making the best of that MP7. It's still Sotfik on the site, but all by himself in a 1v5. Not going to hold for long as Direk grabs that last kill. It is going to be 3-0 for SG.pro in the ideal start.
It is an ideal start. Unfortunately, they're not having an ideal day. One of them they're not having an ideal day. One of them they're not harsh. He's been harshly spoken to by his mother, so hopefully she won't be putting too much pressure on. SG.pro 3-0, and they're having a pretty good start so far, as you said. In any case, Espada, here comes the first full buy. They've got the M4s out, the utility as well. Keys finds himself the one as Dexter is lined up behind the corner, gets 2 kills almost for free, basically. Finnegan, though, Finnegan, hold up, hold your horses. That was splendid to watch. And all of a sudden, Senator is left all alone. He's got a splendid little position to work from, although I'm fairly certain they know he went down B, so yeah, his position might not be as splendid as it might look.
Yeah, so they're going to be well aware of this. However, I mean, he's played the same round 3 times in a row now, or SG have at least. He's been down twice. It was Roofire at the start. Just waiting for this push, because in the end, the player up top does have the better position, but the Molotov might just push him out in the end. No, Finnegan not going to be phased by that. Still going to be taken out in the end. Interesting play here, and he's actually still going for it quite aggressively. Patsy's going to have none of it. Just shuts him down. First round here for Espada. But as we say time and time again here on the broadcast, we definitely have to see more rounds from Espada. They need to get rounds in a row. If you don't grab those consecutive rounds, then you're going to have trouble in the long run.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, it's going to get progressively harder with each passing round if they can't get more than a few in a row. We saw this yesterday between SJ Gaming and Windstrike, if you recall, how quickly things turned sour with SJ not finding more than a few rounds, and even then 2 rounds on dust on the half. It just didn't work out, and having our first historical 16-0 as well kind of showed how things quickly can go sideways. Roofire gonna open it up. Finnegan gonna be caught. He looked like he wanted to pick his fight towards Squeaky, and unfortunately for him, he will be lost in the translation. Sotvik, good peek, Kissing, it's absolutely obliterated. As Senator comes out to play, it's Sotvik that pays the price, yet still it's not enough. Espada are able to keep it at a 3-on-3. This is perfect. And the angle here that Fame takes, it's Dima that's ready for it. Perfectly, again, very well done. Espada, they're holding on to this round as if there's no tomorrow, and that's exactly how they need to be. Oh, a bit of a tap away, bit of a spray away. D-Ray will be tagged, but he initially looked like he might lose that duel. Roofire coming in through main. The angle he takes is perfect again. Patsy, the timing, just as he turns around, Roofire peeks him out, and it's going to be Dima on heaven. Oh boy, the plant though. That's a little bit wishful thinking, isn't it? Dima, 1-on-1.
Yeah, still though, up in hand. Dima doesn't even care. He grabs his 3rd kill in the round, and I mean, for one thing, yeah, SG.pro definitely hitting their shots here and there, but Espada being so strong on the M4s, also don't see that often. Doesn't matter if they have the A1S or the A4, they're still grabbing those headshots, and this here from Dima is so important to deny the bomb plant. Otherwise, it surely would have been almost impossible to defend this up against the op through that retake. But yeah, perfectly done. Just about grabs her shoulder, finds the kill. And yet again, they try to be quick down and towards Vent. Sotvik this time around though, grabs D-Ray. An early player disadvantage here isn't going to be too strong. Interesting smoke here from main as well. But of course, Espada tried to put a little bit of doubt into the secureness of Secret. SG.pro now running through. He can hear all of this and already deal a little bit of damage at least. Make it easier for your teammate.
Absolutely. Senator will be in full chase mode. He needs to take down the player who was first engaging through long. There's another one on ramp that's going to be Dexter with the op. And the angle that Kissa takes is actually pretty good. And he will find Dexter, though Dima is alive. That's the thing. But it doesn't seem to land him any sort of concrete setups. Finnegan, hold up. He's going to peek out short. Unfortunately for him, the off angle for Fame is good, yet not good enough. Roofire ready as well. Finnegan this time round, unfortunately not allowed the freedom of movement. And likewise, Patsy gets flanked as Kise will secure the 4th for SG.pro. This is really good. Now, we spoke about consecutive round victories for Espada. They get the 2nd, but they don't establish themselves as a powerhouse. They don't get any bank going. And obviously now they'll have to take a step back and once again go on for an eco. This is perfect. SG.pro, they're lined up for a potential 5th and 6th round here.
And right now you are just waiting for that. As of course, well, smoke yet again out. Senator might just get shut down here. Has already taken quite a bit of damage. They're still spamming through the smoke here, and he is going to be caught up by Finnegan. Finnegan, of course, going to go to recover that weapon, but is going to get dropped here by DRA. Interesting positioning here all over the place for Espada, but look at SG.pro. I mean, they're already down towards B. They have one player down in hell, already up towards heaven, as Roofire finds 2 kills over towards the A bomb site. That bomb site's going to be open. 2 more guys with those USPs all around the map. Dima gonna find his demise. It's all gonna be down to Dexter. But I mean, not much you can do. No armor. Not even an upgraded pistol. And it's not like any of the opponents are tagged down low.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, he might want to hunt the weapon of Senator, but can he really get it even? It's towards Squeaky. It's not going to be easy to pick it up, or at least to salvage it. Roofire is already on that job. And yeah, so far so good. SG.pro, they are really doing a great job at handling themselves early on here on this map, as the T's especially. Yesterday, they had a bit of a poor showing, if you recall. And again, I'm saying poor showing just because it wasn't exactly the best on their T side that they performed with, but let's see if Espada can better themselves likewise against Secret that they were playing as well.
Yeah, at the same time, I mean, Espada yesterday had a great start on their CT side and were then able to at least grab a couple of rounds before dropping. But this is going to be a struggle for them still. We see how important that CT start is right now, though. Big damage towards outside. Doesn't actually end up that much as I expected.
Yeah, I usually would see a bit more damage, especially with those perfect times being utilized. Although Sotvik peeks out from Vents, gets himself 1d8. Okay, the hunt is on, and Espada, the response for the Beast's loss is not exactly as good as one would imagine. Dima, good hold.
Still though, KSF finding one here, and it is still going to be Dexter up and running around. Look at this though, Espada, they haven't fully rotated down yet, and they might just have the right idea. Please don't tell me they go all the way back and actually walk into it. Doesn't seem like it. They still have an eye on Vents. Espada, not really sure where this is coming from. Dexter has fallen back all the way here towards ramp. He might get a good spot of this, but actually Kiss finds that kill. And now it's down to a 2-on-2, but more like a 2-on-1 because Finnegan's already down to 11 HP. Patsy, the most important player, and he finds his kill as well onto D-Ray. Question is, are you gonna check Kiss in that position? He's not sure where they're going to be coming from, but now he's going to have a great idea. First spots, still going to be Patsy to find the kill. 3rd round here. Espada, we've touched on it a couple times. They need to start winning consecutive rounds, otherwise it's going to get out of hand. And SG.pro could easily run away with the lead here in the first half.
Yeah, yesterday they really had a great showing. 8-3 was at one point the result they were leading with, only to then lose 4 additional rounds consecutively for the first half, and making it into that 8-7 itself. For SG.pro, it was a little bit different. They really had more or less just a bit of a disappointing ending to their nuke overall. So we'll see how they are able to handle themselves here. Of course, with 5 rounds already on the board, they're not looking as shabby, and as you said, consecutive rounds for the CTs is what Espada need to pick up, yet so far they're having a very tough time doing that, and a lot of damage dealt early on though. Roofire at 4, Fame tagged up quite heavily as well. Dima, he's patiently awaiting the B push downstairs through a ramp, albeit He's going to be a little bit too cheeky, trying to stop it a little bit too early. It's Senator that takes his head off, and right now Dexter needs to stay alive. He's holding ramp together, and there's more coming in for the retake, but this is a 5-on-4 retake. Let's see if it succeeds.
Yeah, still Senator. He's been strong. He's found 2 kills in this one already. And the retake doesn't even seem likely anymore. Finnegan's going to fall. Dexter and Sotfik both holding towards ramp, just going for those exit frags. It doesn't seem like they'll get any customers here. Maybe that one player in towards lobby. No, he's also going towards T-spawn. Yeah, Sotfik and Dexter, they can hold on to their rifles on ramp still, though. We've talked about the importance of getting a couple of rounds in a row. And well, SG.pro have the perfect answer for it. Get their next round straight in. It's a 6th round from them. And Espada, I was just about to say, they slowly but surely have to worry about where they're going, and they take their tactical timeout here.
Absolutely. It's Espada. I'm happy to see them use the timeouts. It's been... yesterday it's been a bit of a weird one, right? They used like maybe 2 or 3 timeouts in the total of the series itself. Even then, I'm not sure they used more than 2 or 3. On Nuke, yes. On the rest of the maps, again, I'm fairly certain they didn't, at least not more than once or twice. So this is better. This better be important, or this better be good. They need to talk it out amongst each other, how they're going to approach the defense. I think the biggest weakness is the fact that they can't hold on to B. If they don't put 3 players down on site already, they seem to lose it almost instantaneously, and they need to find a way to break SG.pro getting down secret, or at least getting down vents too early on. But we'll see if they've been able to come up with anything, as there's 2 rifles that they saved up, the AUG and the M4A4. And an A push from SG.pro. Interesting. Although not... yes, it is a commitment, but very weird one. They don't all go together. It's more of a one-by-one step in. See, this is where a chance for Espada could have come out, and they could have gotten a few frags.
Yeah, at the same time, Espada was holding it very, very defensively, but... at the same moment, I mean, SG.pro, they were holding back. You said that they were kind of not sure where they're actually going to go. In the end, it all worked out fine for them. They're now racking up those kills. One of those rifles already being taken out. The AUG still alive here for Dexter. The question is for how long? He's the last remaining player. They are going to be hunting. Of course they are. How good is it going to be is the question. Dexter grabs one more. He's going to be falling back all the way into CT spawn. That's the right call to make. Just try to keep that rifle alive, as you would have the money going to the next anyways. But why lose that last rifle as well? Absolutely no need for SG.pro. They continue to build their own economy. As Espada now... I mean, I can see this going double digits for SG.pro quite easily now.
Yeah, this gun round, if it spells disaster for Espada, this is going double digits for SG.pro 100%. And right now, Fame, he's already out. Whoa, he's really fast into pushing in towards A. I'm not sure. Like, see, this is what I'm kind of wonked out about. I mean, this is a great idea, though. The pop flash works out like a charm, and the A push, it comes out of the blue, it comes out of nothing, as SG.pro just dominate the site itself. Espada. Oh, Dexter. Oh, Dexter. Dirty Dexter. Unfortunately, he's, well, only good for the 1, but the idea wasn't bad. Espada, they lose it with a blink of an eye. And we are back to square one. This is... It's a little bit worrisome now. As you said yourself, consecutive is what they need, and here it's the exact... Well, they're getting consecutive, just not victories.
Yeah, I mean, one thing at least is going the same way every single round, and that's SG.pro now securing the lead going towards halftime. And yeah, I mean, to be honest, like, it's not that, like, I'm a massive Espada fan, but you can't allow yourself to win or to lose rounds like this. This should be the map where both teams definitely have the potential of getting the map win, probably making it close, maybe even moving to overtime. But this is not even the Espada that we saw yesterday that was struggling against Secret. This is just not even a team in its entirety showing up. And I see that as a problem. Sure, Mirage is maybe statistically slightly favored towards them. At the same time, SG.pro, also not bad. It's a puggy map. You can always make something happen if a team like Espada are not working together or not hitting their shots, as they finally are within this round. I think one thing we just have to do is criticize them a little bit more, and then all of a sudden they start hitting headshots and make us look bad. There you go, Dire now in a 1-on-5. As Espada shows that they can turn things around, but at the same time, they still need to rack these rounds up behind each other and stop losing them. 8-7 at halftime is still not going to be looking good if Espada win the last 4 of the first half here.
And, well, technically, they have to win them yet, so
Yeah.
maybe it works even or looks even worse at the end. But yes, you are right. It seems like we need to berate them a little bit. We need to say a few words of, well, maybe not encouragement, but definitely a few words, and they seem to wake up. Espada, let's see if they can. Let's see if you guys can make it happen here. It's all or nothing, really. As you said, even an 8-7 wouldn't exactly be the best outcome here for the CTs. And Senator, well, he's already making sure that the outcome is even worse. In any case, it's down to Sotvik falling apart. And look at this secret push already going in fast. Oh no, Dexter misses a shot. And with that, pretty much nails himself to the coffin. It's going to be Dima ready in control room. Again, SG.pro 1-by-1 going in. Yeah, they pay the price. Patsy as well takes out Fame, so that's good, but it's a 2-on-2. Patsy and Finnegan, they have to be extra careful here.
Still, Bob sure
they
going to go
actually-
down. None of the CTs too close.
Wow.
And the op still holding towards main. This could be a quick death for Finnegan if he's just going to go dry into it. He's not sure of it. At the same time, Senator, he's got that shot. Patsy now has to watch out for that Molotov. Is going to make it up towards heaven. Already spotted out here, though. He knows both players are towards the site. Nade is going to do a little bit of damage. The question is it going to be enough as he tries to wrap around? He's going to be able to isolate these players. Up above is always going to be a difficult position to hold, and he grabs the kill as well. Does have that kit, and that is going to be Espada. Finding a 5th round just about in time as SG.pro lose it. And that is so important for Espada now. Finally stringing 2 rounds together again, but the question is, can they keep on doing it? Can they bring it towards halftime at 8-7?
Absolutely. We'll find out soon enough. And, well, 2 to go. As Espada have seemingly found at least a little bit of a way back into this hectic game. Dexter, was that? I saw that correctly, right? Okay, that shot takes the breath out of me. Fair enough. It is going to be another one for Dexter. As he goes for the repeat, Kisa is going to be catching him. Unfortunately, the damage is already dealt, and Sotvik will clean it up. 6-8. Espada, they make it work, at least for a few more. But that shot, that was a no-scope shot. At least it looked like it. Into the smoke, into a random... It's just what? Crazy,
yeah,
crazy,
sometimes
crazy
you get
stuff.
lucky with those. Certainly in that situation still. Last round of first half. Are we going to see the 8-7? It's seeming very, very likely. SG.pro, slim when it comes down to utility. They have enough to make that first move happen. But everything behind it is going to be difficult. Patsy, important position, but he might just be caught off guard. However, the slimmer of a peak is going to be in his favor. Grabs 2 before Fame is able to return. And Finnegan also so strong. He's been so consistent as well with those M4 headshots time and time again. Dire now pushing out. Easy as that for him. Dexter getting one back. Dire though still fighting for the round, getting that 9th is his objective. Has he?
Oh, he didn't hear him drop down. He didn't hear him drop down.
Oh, he's
Lucky
spots him
now.
out though.
Oh,
D-Ray.
D-Ray.
That's naughty. Good job
That
though.
was
In the
sexy.
end, SG.pro take it 9-6 going in towards halftime. And that's going to be up for an interesting second half. Espada need the run of their lifetime on that T side.
I'll be honest, I didn't expect them to have this good of a showing, but Espada, they at least make it work for a little bit. It looked a lot worse on paper when we began. D-Ray, this final shot, gotta give it to him, man. He really hits the notes the right way. In any case, 9-6 as the first half done. The pistol here begins with a very quick push towards ramp, and they're going to be trying to hit B as fast and as quickly as they can. And so far, no resistance. Nobody down on site. This is a full-on retake for SG.pro. I'm not sure they're ready for it. Espada, they've made the right choice. They've got the bomb down, and by the time SG.pro even get close, they are already in afterplants. It's beautiful. It's really is perfect.
Yeah, and this round here works out just fine. Sophic is able to trade onto Fane. He's still staying alive for now. Does have Roofire with him, as it is the 1v3. Espada shut things down. Dima with that last kill, and it is going to be a 9-7. As SG.pro are going to be continually looking for that 10th round to make it double digits. Espada now their best chance to make it back into the game, dominate on this T side from the start, and maybe not even give the CTs any kind of chance. I'm not always the biggest fan of those big forces on the CT side. We're still going to see it coming in from SG.pro. Let's see where that goes. 1 UMP, 3 Deagles alongside the Scouts. One of those Deagles already seems aggressive towards outside. He's very far back in towards CT.
The Eagles could make a difference. Unfortunately, Sotfik is a little bit too fast. D-Ray, nicely done. At least bringing down Sotfik. That will clear out the lower tunnels. With Secret now being secure somewhat, SG.pro can focus their efforts into holding the A site. And that's exactly what they're doing. Although, as far as I can tell, one of the boys is already down B. Yeah, indeed. Senator. They seem to be aware of the push towards heaven, and they will have a player at the ready. This is D-Ray in this case. But, well, at the ready doesn't seem like the right word to use. More like aware. But that's about it. So far, so good. Espada handling themselves well enough to secure not only a single round difference, but also bring SG.pro on their knees and, of course, secure the tie most likely with that. As the next gun round will be a bit more vital for the entirety of the second half.
Yeah, the point is right now, though, still, you still have those upgraded pistols here for SG.pro, and I like what I'm seeing here. The line boosts here outside. And if anybody were to cross that in their view, they'd surely get at least one. Seems to be the Astralis stack of nuke there outside. Still now they all go for the face as well. But they all push in one by one. And Dexter, he's just having a field day. Finnegan grabs one, Patsy grabs the other. And we're back level. It's all tied up at 9 points each. Big rifle against rifle round. Now, Sophic still with that Mac 10. I'd like to see him stick to that, to be honest. However, this round is going to be vital for them. Is it going to be one of those rounds where Espada plays something quick, already overrun SG.pro maybe, and then see them just stomped and down in the gutters for the CT side? We'll see how it goes. Actually, Case with the aggressiveness here for SG.pro. So would have expected it to be the other way around. SG.pro taking an easier time. Sinner now already falling back in towards ramp. Still holding the angle here. Grabbing two before Dexter can actually return the favor. And a huge advantage now for SG.pro. It's Keys already down over towards B bomb site. Misses his shot towards ramp. Misses a second one as well. That just can't happen. Blue Fire finds one. Keys grabs the fourth shot in the end. It's going to be 10-9 as SG.pro grab their first rifle round and everything in their control.
I mean, SG.pro, I gotta give it to them. They make it happen in the most unforeseen of positions. In any case, it's gonna be a little bit of a counter outside smoke. It's gonna be an outside wall of smokes as they try to fake out. And the CT's thinking that this is a secret take. Instead, it's gonna be a lobby commitment. But oh, Keyset, this is excellent. First of all, he's gonna peek out, get Finnegan. With that, they confirm, okay, not more than 3 players have reached down secret. And even then, is it all or nothing? Well, in this case, it's quite clear. Dexter does get the return, though. Rufire, if he had only gotten the second, that'd be perfect. Dexter is stacked, sure. But the damage currently, SG.pro can't afford it. Keep in mind, there's the CTs. The money is what they really need to keep in the bank. Round victories are obviously important as well, but they want to make sure they don't get screwed over.
Yeah, still though right now, SG.pro is also all over the place. It's kind of their counter-strutting. SG.pro is clearing out angles, so is Espada. The question is who will be more successful. Molotov now down onto the A bomb site. Bomb is going to be planted here. 1-3. They have to get a break here. Get one of those kills early. Fame is going to be up top in heaven. He spots out Patsy, and that's going to be the round 11th one here for SG.pro. And they seem to be on another level in comparison to Espada here as well. Sure, Espada grab a couple of rounds at the start of that second half here, but still it hasn't been that stellar. It's still been SG.pro keeping 3 players alive, building their economy, and having a good day at that as well. The 12th round happens, 13 is sure to follow as well. Zero grabs that first, Fame grabs the second, spraying through the smoke, and they don't seem to care. Here on the side of SG.pro, they're just shutting Espada down bit by bit. Patsy, yeah, sure, grabs 1 kill. But Dexter now all by himself in a 1v4.
I am not sure how I feel about this, but this is getting a little bit out of hand. Ladies and gentlemen, it looks like SG.pro is taking this to the next level. My God. The start was pristine. The continuation is even better. Espada, they better start handling this quickly, or they will be left wandering and in the dust, basically. As Dexter is the last guy alive, he's most likely looking for exit frags. I can't think of anything better. Maybe just an opportunity, obviously, to pounce onto the A site. That's always something he can try and pull off. Breaks through, but instead gets tagged back. And yeah. Well, this is where things start to get a little bit less interesting for them and a bit more heated. Timeout going to be called. Second one, Espada. They need to start waking up, and soon, or they'll be facing the music of defeat.
Yeah, and the T's now, of course, going to all be down to that point. Okay, do you invest into it? Do you just grab a couple of upgraded pistols? That means SG.pro is going to be sitting at 13 at the same time. You don't have the money to fully invest into it. So yeah, as loss bonus is starting to mount up for Espada, they might as well just go for a couple of upgraded pistols as they're doing. And well, now, I said this earlier. I mean, Espada, even that first half, this result was already mounting up for them. It's just small essential things like not even making it up towards Silo for the boost. Not exactly going to be ideal. stavkах not spotted out in that corner just yet. So now Espada still jumping around outside. Haven't made an attempt towards the bomb site. SG.pro are just sitting back and letting them come. There's no need at pressing the issue here. You have the lead, you have the advantage. Why try to give that up on purpose? Fancy might just be able to pull a bit of a peek out of this as Senator still just chilling. And that's just a patience game.
Absolutely. You know what's the worst part for Espada here is the fact that, as not only, as you said, they need to play the patient game, but the fact that they need to play it undeniably. They have no choice in the matter. The faster they go into an angle, the worse it's going to be at the end for them. Those deagles, they won't work themselves, and I love this idea of a boost. Timing is a bit off. Come on, boys. We can do it. There we go. Oh, he's escaped detection. That's perfect. Although Keys, the timing for his spot comes on top as well. So truly, Espada is not having the stars aligned for them. The deagle round does not succeed. 13-9. And all of a sudden, they find themselves in front of the judge, jury, and executioner. If they fail to secure this round victory, this is going to 15, and SG.pro will secure themselves this map almost certainly, or at least will be on the verge of securing it.
Yeah, and the point is you still have to win 2-3 rounds in a row now on the T side to really break the CTs. You have Keys up above 9k, you have Dire up above 10k, Fame scratching to that 9k mark, Senator up above 7k. There's so much money on that SG.pro side, and yet again Keys grabs that first kill onto Dexter. I feel like Fame should have been spotted out there. In towards red. Dire grabs another kill. I'm not sure that stavkах has actually spotted that towards outside. They are going to be falling back. I mean, a 3-on-5. The advantage here for SG.pro already strong. stavkах should have been spotted there by the MP9 on the spot. Going to be Rufire just smoking it off for now. Flashbang now towards ramp. They need to find an opening here. One of these guys needs to hit headshots right now, though it's going to be Fame to shut them down. And all going to be down to stavkах. He hadn't had the best of days yesterday. But a big challenge there as Fame gets that last kill in. You've just said it over. They don't win that round, then SG.pro would be looking at 15th. And either Espada can bring it back to overtime, which is a long way for them, or SG.pro shut this thing down. Espada now with another buy into it. They're fully forced up, and it's not exactly great. They're missing a lot of that utility. They do have 3 smokes, so it should be enough to go towards outside. Or a quick push towards ramp to also have something for that post, but they have to get there first. Senator has been so strong here. And he grabs 2, maybe even a third here on the re-peak. There you go, Senator. He's just having a field day. They're all running into the meat grinder, looking for the ace now. As Dima looking to shut this down. It is going to be Keys to find that last kill. Senator for 4, and SG.pro looking to shut this down as they try to pick up their own map pick. Espada, they still need to wake up.
No, that's to say the very least. Espada in trouble. And Senator, I gotta give it to him, man. He is definitely pounding on the right numbers here, and his hat trick already to begin with was enough. He could have pulled off the angle here, let them take control of ramp, but no, he was hungry for more. Even fully blinded, he takes the shot and finds the 4th. This is it. It's map point. SG.pro 5 kills away from securing themselves nuke, their own map choice, and that will be a perfect ending to begin with here. Begin this series with. Not only is it going to be a very dominant show of force, but also a performance that SG.pro were unable to bring up yesterday. Funnily enough, Espada had a better showing on nuke against Secret than SG.pro ever had against Aves. And, you know, if we draw the line between the few, Aves is definitely weaker than Secret, if we're honest about this.
Yeah, right now, though, Espada trying to hang on for the life of them. Smoke down. Towards outside they go. Dima finally finds an opener here. Leary shuts things straight back down. Fame, hello. How does he even find that kill? Shouldn't even be possible. Synerder's been so strong. He can transfer this kind of energy into that second map. That's going to be an interesting state of affairs. Mirage also going to be very kind to Oppers. It's going to be SG.pro to shut things down as expected. 16-9 here on their own map pick. And Espada, they need a proper pep talk in this break.
Absolutely. And the break indeed will come 10 minutes, and we'll be back with our second map, gents, with Mirage. Stay tuned as we return after a short commercial break.
Initialize booting. These are your targets. You must find, capture and contain them until extraction vehicle arrives. Witnesses are irrelevant. Leave them unharmed if you can. End of a transmission. System online.
And welcome back, everybody, into our second map. It is going to be Mirage. It is going to be SG.pro versus Espada on this choice of Espada this time around. And yesterday we saw them win against lose against Secret. Apologies, after quite the showing. At 19-16 was the loss they took, and they lost both pistols. They won the half 8-7, etc. Let's see how they handle themselves here now against SG.pro. It is going to be, of course, a DT side that the Espada start on. And can they get this game on the move? Can they get this showing? Let's see how well this goes.
That's going to be an interesting one, of course. We saw this yesterday from Espada, as you just said. It was Secret's map pick there. This time around, it is Espada's themselves. Right now, though, Finnegan grabbing that first kill. Very important to hopefully this time get a better start into the game. We want to see a more competitive game. We don't want to see it as one-sided as we did last time out. Finnegan and Dima grabbing their kills as Fame now does get a trade. But it is still a 4-on-2.
It is a 4-on-2 indeed, and Espada seem to have at least one of the pistols coming their way. They won the second on Nuke. Let's see if they can make a difference if they win the first and put themselves ahead a little bit. But SG.pro, they're no strangers to this map. They're no strangers to playing Mirage. At 47% win ratio in 15 maps. Against 59 out of Espada. Certainly it's not the worst of statistical disadvantages. More worry could be employed on overpass, but we'll get to it if we get to it. In any case, it is going to be the A attempt. Underpal is going to be cleared out. Oh, Fame even turns around for the 180. Takes down Finnegan. And now, Sotfik needs to stay alive. I say this, and he gets absolutely obliterated. A second player joining the fray into CT. Fame plants the bomb. D-Ray, he's the only one with 100 HP. He needs to stay alive if he can. And indeed he does. 2v2. Take it away.
Yeah, and D-Ray, he's found all the information now, knows exactly where both players are at. One of those already pushed out, not going to be spotted here though is Patsy. He does find D-Ray though, headshot not going to be effective. Still D-Ray finds that kill. Now Dexter down at 25. Both players on the other team are tagged low, however the time's run out and there is no kits. SG.pro, after losing players early on, Espada still dropped the round. And it is going to be SG.pro taking it 1-0. And I already kind of said it for Espada early on. I mean, it'd be great for them to win this round and start off on the right foot. But it's going to be SG.pro on that T side, getting off running. And let's see where this second round will go as Espada force into it. What did we just see?
A bit of a disappointment, one can say. Definitely a bit of a shutdown, and above all else, perhaps the end of Espada as we know it. In any case, as you said, it's the force buy. DT's putting everything on the line. Ooh, that is it. Okay, Sotfik, nicely done. That was a bit anticlimactic. Went better than expected there.
Oh, Dima as well, hitting his headshot, and the Deagles are coming out big for Espada here. Bomb is going to be dropped in middle, and they take full control of it as well. Good job there. Keith and Senator still alive and going here. They've all collected the weapons. They have 2 AKs, 1 Galil on the CT side now. Patsy in towards underground, and he can also just find the info. Nice boost in towards mid as well. The positioning there is going to be so difficult for Senator to deal with. 1v4 now as he tries to isolate this. They're now also going to be pushing in, but it is going to be Dexter. Strong stuff there on the rifle.
Yeah, Dexter unable to do anything. Well, anything. He does do everything, but then again, not much more. 1-1. Tied back up to Deagles, as you said. Seem to be strong enough to bring down SG.pro, and they'll be hitting themselves over the head because of that. We see them return the favor. Deagles are out in full force. And it's time to see and hear the story here for SG.pro, can they make it happen? Can they put themselves ahead of the curve? Or will it be Espada finding themselves a return? In any case, a little bit of an exchange there. Dexter finding himself one as well. Seems like Espada is keeping a very tight leash on SG.pro, and that's a good thing. You don't want to give too much freedom to these Deagles, especially not when you know that SG.pro is wielding them.
Yeah, and right now, SG.pro haven't been as strong as Espada were in that previous round, of course. We've seen them before, what they can do in a 4-on-2 situation, so let's see if they can find an opener. Big question for me is it going to be Dire or Keys to face first? And Sophic takes out Dire with that now. Keys all by himself in towards mid. Does have bomb on his back, but with the positioning here for Dima, this shouldn't be a big challenge here. Easy as that from the bench. And Espada grab their second round. Sure, they drop pistol, but they're straight back into it from there on out. Very important second round, and they can work off of that now. Mirage, everything open here. Of course, Espada's map pick, but SG.pro also consistently first picks Mirage.
Well, let's see if SG.pro can at least get the bomb plant in this full eco. They're rushing onto site like there's no tomorrow. I respect the hustle, but it seems like it's not really going to be given a damn by the rest of Espada. And hey, D-Ray still gets a shot down, still gets a frag. So there's that. That's nice to see. In any case, the end result is still the same, and we are watching a potential upheaval by Espada. If they're able to win this first gun round and start securing quite a few rounds early on, then we have a game on our hands, and potentially this might not be done in a 2-0 fashion as perhaps some might have predicted. In any case, let's find out what the outline is and what the final line here is for SG.pro. How do they approach this? And well, it's an A execution. Holy hell, look at this. Not even execution. They're just going to be walking out a pit. I like the simplicity of it. I really do.
Still, Senator grabs one. Finnegan in it, though, as well. With that now, SG.pro just a little bit too slow for my liking. You have to then also go out, find those battles. Deary does exactly that, as his teammate falls back with the bomb, and they try to go over towards B. This rotation is going to be great, as right now Espada are still fully focused on this A bomb site, and Roofire is now down over towards B. This might just work out, but look at Dima, and this could be huge. Do they check it? Keys is going to walk past. Does kind of keep an eye on it as well. His teammate was quiet in apartments there. Roofire finds one. Dima's going to be successful up against Dire. Still, bomb going to be planted. 2-on-2 situation now, as SG.pro looking to win their second round.
SG.pro will find themselves... Well, fine might not be the right word because it's not yet theirs. Dima, if he's going to play his cards right, he might be able to find Keys, but nah, not going to happen. As you said, in the end, the second is theirs. Barely, but it is. They lose a great deal of economy over it, but they don't lose any sleep over it. In any case, Espada. Oh, okay. They bring out the big guns. Double up, Patsy, Dexter, both going to be wielding the big mean guns, and this is where things might get a little bit heated up, as we have SG.pro coming out with a few Galils even.
Yeah, and the question is, I mean, those Galils surely won't be that much of an issue. Still early damage is going to go the way of Espada. Sophic finds one, is going to be traded back. The player on short. Falling back for now is Patsy with the op. Finnegan finds one that he's still alive in that position down under wood. There's also a big surprise there. Finally, D-Ray finds that kill. Dexter now, no scoping onto Case. However, back and forth kills. D-Ray now all by himself in a 2-on-1. does still have the bomb on his back. But at 6 HP, this is going to be a lot more difficult than first expected. However, yet again, Espada double teaming this a bomb site, and a bomb plant might just be in it here for D-Ray if he speeds up now. Running through this now, Patsy and Dima both still over towards the site. And come on, you must know by now that the timing is just a little bit off. Bomb's now going to be planted. Surely not on 6 HP. Both players here need to work together. They're going to come through the same angle. 100 HP on them. One of them is going to be jumping out. And D-Ray can actually isolate this into separate 1v1s. Does he expect the last player to also be in towards market? He seems to have a pretty good idea.
And
Can
he's
he
gonna be
now
expecting
find
it.
this as
Yeah.
well? D-Ray. It is going to
Just
be
as he
Dima. The
turns off.
timing just about on his side. And plenty of time to get the defuse in. Espada grab a fourth. But easily gone the way of SG to pull things level.
What an
game.
unlucky break there. Like, just as he turns away. Just as. Well, as I said, 4-2. Espada find themselves another one on the board, and the double up didn't work out exactly as planned, but it worked out enough that they're going to be happy with the final outcome. But let's find out if perhaps SG.pro might be able to remedy that and once again find themselves in the winning loop, as they have 3 AKs, a Mach 10 and a Deagle, and are hard pressed towards the B side. They look like they want to really commit this. I'm not gonna say I dislike it, but definitely it's gonna be very hard to break the site. Let's see if that's indeed the case. Good pop flash. Patsy blinded, still finds one. Dima the second, and Patsy, as he was blinded, even with a FAMAS, he is strong enough to find a few. And Roofire, no chance he does anything here.
Chance could have been there, but in the end, he was a little bit too optimistic. Didn't expect that many players over towards the site. But great shutdown here from Espada.
Indeed. Bringing them down a notch and a half. Full eco. SG.pro, they seem to be running aground. They seem to be running on dry land, and there doesn't seem to be much they can really do from this point. Kind of every single attempt, well, all the attempts they tried to pull off right now were more or less disappointing. Can they perhaps change the outcome of the current setting the current heading they've set themselves upon? The gun round is really going to be the decisive matter in this case. And we've said it time and time again, Espada, this kind of start, it's great and all, but they have to keep it consecutively, and that's exactly what they're doing here at least. So there's that. You know, they're going to be able to make this into a few more than just 3 to 4 rounds, etc. Great handle. Like, Espada's really handling this very well. I gotta give it to them. Losing minimal amount of players in this round, and just generally making sure they get rid of them as effectively as possible.
Yeah, and it is from map to map a difference in Espada. Of course, Nuke and Mirage, 2 widely different maps as well. However, I mean, I said this in our break, that Espada didn't really show up to that first game. Sure, they had their kills here and there. They got a couple of rounds, but nothing that really made a major impact where they could really try and challenge SG.pro. First half was wonky. I think that scoreline could have been a lot different as well, but even SG.pro, I think, having some of their own mistakes, and they've been showing here as well. Senator now at least finds a trade. But in general, they're being a little bit slow on that B side thus far. At the same time, Espada seem to be choosing the right sites with their rotation. Look at this early rotation now, 3-man going off the B bomb sites. I mean, they heard that, of course, because they had the player in mid and Rootfire. He's the master of the mid-round call here for the team. And the smoke in towards connector is going to be great as well, because Finnegan now going to be blocked off with his sight coming in from short. As soon as he goes for that peak, they have to be aware of that. Dexter's so
Surely
deep
they are,
in towards CT spawn. Bomb's going to be planted. By now you've heard the tick. By now you know it's an A-side bomb. But no big reaction yet. Let them just get into positions. As that's what Espada is doing, waiting for the rest of the team. And now slowly but surely moving in. Finnegan is still a ways off from short. Still, Senator finds both kills. What is this?
Oh boy.
They all line up for him.
That's to say the least. That's to say the least. They... Whew. First of all, I thought Sinatra might be in a bit of an off angle. I was like, you know, thinking to myself, if he doesn't peek out at least a little bit early on, he's going to get caught in the wing and he's not really going to be able to do much. And then he peeks out wild and bam, all of a sudden, he gets himself all three. Well, a bit of an unexpected turn, but a welcome one. And right here, see, this is where I thought Sinatra might stay in, tucked away, and Patsy might have actually gotten the drop, but Senator goes out wild and all three headshots. Just like that. Secures himself and, well, secures the team around as easy as that. And all of a sudden, SG.pro back on the horse. Let's see if they can keep it up, though. 6-3 is not a result they can be too concerned about, but certainly they want to get at least 7, let's say 6 rounds on the board for the first half of their own.
Yeah, I reckon 6 rounds at least, 5 and an absolute disaster. But I mean, I think both of those scenarios definitely possible right now, depending on how Espada play this as well. A couple of their rounds that they have lost were down to their own mistakes. SG.pro now pushing out. They don't really have any info here. Still rushing out is Sinner, and he's keeping on hitting those headshots. Dotfig already on the rotation, but Dire seems to have a pretty good idea of what's happening here. It seems like the 2A players have already conceded on that B-bomb site and are just chilling. Dotfig also just looking for an exit frag here. Could actually grab Dire, but that shot surely now given his position away. Fame gonna grab that kill. Yeah. Could have just as well just walked back slowly and quietly and probably wouldn't have been caught as easily as that. Still, Totfik loses his life and it is going to be a 4th round for SG.pro. I mean, right now we're 10 rounds into the game and both teams still in with a good chance because this could still all turn around with SG.pro winning the next couple of rounds.
That's the thing. The next few rounds are going to be vital here. Espada, of course, on Dexter, that was kept. But it has to be in the right position at the right time. In this case, I'm thinking mid, perhaps. They're all grouping up for this. Yeah, they're all grouping up for this mid take, or at least something of the like. Nope, never mind. Just going through connector. Okay. Bit unexpected. Dexter. He's the man of the hour here. As I said, he's the one that might change the outcome of this round and potentially still keep Espada in the lead moving forward. Otherwise, a full eco has to be taken afterwards. And not only is that going to give a tie to SG.pro, but most likely the upper hand. Likewise. Oh, Dexter. Please don't move overly top. Unfortunately for him, too close to the wall. And that's going to be Fame with a free frag. Already Roofire walks in through connector. And SG.pro have a way into a site without ever being opposed for the first time. Oh, for the regular time.
Yeah, so Dima grabbing that AK, probably going to make a run for it as well. Would be the better call for it. Nobody spots him in mid. And everything's fine from there on out. Yeah, 5th round here for SG.pro. I feel like Espada might just be saving enough for this. But at the same time, I mean, their money is cut short. They should probably still grab a couple of upgraded pistols. Definitely grab a little bit of that armor. Let's face it, 2 rifles and an SMG can definitely win a round. Especially if you can pick up those rifles with another player in case the first one dies. At the same time, your money is still so small for Espada.
Yeah, they're not doing exactly great, but they could potentially go for a few more. Maybe another SMG wouldn't be too bad. Why not? A little bit of utility being extra, bought extra up. That's not the worst.
They're just keeping around that 2k mark. Don't want to invest too much into it. They do have that 2.9k loss bonus now as well.
Yeah.
Still though, Finnegan being tagged up here. Leg shot only for Case. But Senator. I mean, he's just crazy with his headshots now. Taking them out one by one. Individual performance sometimes comes out big. Dima finds one, is going to be traded back. Good job there. It's now as well Sophic surprising me here with his USP. He's kind of been the quiet one that's had his problems hitting those shots. Finnegan grabs one with the M4. And they actually make the round really expensive here for SG.pro. I mean, no doubt that's going to be a 6th round here and everything back tied up. But I mean, still, a lot of money already on the T side, so not going to have any problems there reinvesting.
Yeah, as you said, it's the damage on the side of SG.pro is what matters. Now, yes, reinvestments are always going to happen, but it's about being able to at least knock them down a few pegs, right? Being able to make sure they don't have beyond $10,000 on anybody. We know what happened yesterday when, you know, you have 3 players and they have 16,000 and you have 2 more that have like 8 to 10,000. How the hell do you stop that? Well, the answer is you don't. You can't. It's impossible almost. But let's see if perhaps there'll be more on the side here for Espada. A double up is, yep, there we go. That's what I wanted to see. The first time they took it, they won the round, albeit barely, with a single man surviving, and double up definitely wasn't the reason for that. But maybe now they can put the hurt on SG.pro. They're going to go into a default.
Yeah,
they
look
have
at
themselves
Patsy,
set up. Oh, okay, Patsy. I mean, very aggressive, but then again, he does risk his own life. I'm not sure
about this, yeah. Especially with the op. He does battle Dire here. Finnegan's now going to be actually checking the angle. I mean, Espada definitely playing on the edge in this round. However, he's now going to be out, going to be taken out by Finnegan as well. Oh, high risk, high reward here for Espada. And it definitely is paying out for now.
It is. Yet again, it's not the ops that are getting the kills. So as long as the ops are not a problem in winning the round, it's fine. But a few misses, and it might all come down to be a disappointment. There goes Patsy. 4v4 with 2 players holding the A site. There is Dima on short that can kind of support this hold if in case timing will have it. In connector, the trade comes through. Senator and Fame again. Headshots. Oh my god, headshots. Only headshots. It's like we're playing the aim map and it's only HS that they are able to take. Damn, SG.pro.
Okay.
This is now their 5th in a row.
This is now changing things up.
Yeah,
I mean, Espada had a great start into after SG won that start. However, now, I mean, I said it earlier, if they work this right, they can still take the lead going in towards halftime. They're just 1 round away, and Espada, without a proper buy, this surely is going to be an 8th round for SG.pro. Sure, they're hitting body shots with that scout, but it's not good enough right now. Finnegan only grabs 1 with the CZ. Could have easily had 2 or 3. Maybe his players were already tagged down low. Still, Dima gets taken out by Keys there. Needs a kill, and it's all going to be down to Patsy. 5-7 in hand. No chance as SG.pro yet again. I mean, they're all hitting the money limiter by now on the side of SG. They all survived from that previous, pretty much, apart from Senator. I mean, now where do you go from this? Sure, Espada, last round of the first half. Dexter actually going for the auto sniper. Rarely get to see that in regular time. Still though, I think we've seen that from Espada yesterday as well on the CT side and OT actually. However, if SG.pro grab a 9th round here, that'd be huge for them. Patsy grabs that first kill onto Sinner. Dexter is going to be pushing up, gets taken out by D-Ray. Back down to a 4-on-4. Look at Sotfik though, clearing out real estate. The T-Apps are his, and he didn't really pay anything for it. Oh, you have to have those, Dima.
D-Ray again delivers as Sotfik. The flank is set though. His position is now given away as he lingers. I'm not sure why. As soon as he gets the kill, he needs to move out of position. They know he's there and clearly they're going to hunt him down. I mean, that usually is what happens. The T's want to get rid of that flank. Even if they lost the player, they want to make sure that they don't have to deal with that anymore. And in this case, yeah, D-Ray wasn't exactly willing to wait. Patsy and Finnegan, they can take this fight perhaps a little bit differently. And Finnegan certainly can. The first is his. Great start. Damage on the rest of the players is going to be problematic as well. Key set down to 17, left alone. D-Ray is out. 23 seconds. Time is everything.
Yeah, and surely with the hop, this is close to impossible now. Keith, he tries to make this into a 1v1. He finds the kill here as well. Patsy, though, on the pistol. He knew they'd done enough damage, and it is going to be 8-7, just about for SG.pro. What a first half, though. And SG.pro, if they get a good start here, they could close it out within 2.
Absolutely. If they're able to secure themselves the pistol, as they did the first, we could really be looking down a barrel of a gun for Espada. But let's first see how it goes, in which direction does it swing. SG.pro going to be putting 3 players on B, a standard defensive setup that they are worried about that B rush. Instead, Espada, it's a full-on A communicate. Here comes the smoke, here comes the flash, and they're going to be committing fully onto this. D-Ray spots a few, now sees that the players are running towards stairway, so the information is there, gleaming off of it. They now know what they're having to deal with. D-Ray might be tagged, Senator is down, and the start is perfect. With the CT player being killed, it gives a chance to Espada to keep this round in the hands, and indeed they will. Patsy, they're going through murder hole. What did they think will happen? Going through a very tight space. You can't expect anything but headshots. And well, in the end, it was exactly headshots. Perfectly so. Espada back on the menu. Well, at least they put SG.pro back on the menu.
Yeah, and this is going to be the chance for Espada now on the T side to start their own run. If they can dominate this early rounds as well, then that could be a chance where, of course, they didn't win pistol in the first half. Still got the next couple of rounds there.
You watched Lord of the Rings, surely?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course you did. You're a fan of Lord of the Rings, surely?
Yeah, not as much as my girlfriend, but yeah.
Your girlfriend is a fan of Lord of the Rings?
She visited the sets like 3 or 4 times by now, yeah. In New Zealand.
What? I need to meet her. Holy, I am equally a diehard fan. I haven't gone to New Zealand yet, but I wanted to say, you know, meat's back on the menu, I guess, in Espada. Yeah. They're having a piece of the pie here for SG.pro. Yeah, you know, Vincent doesn't know anything like that. Any reference? Yeah, he didn't watch Lord of the Rings, bro. Like,
well, he's that German kid right now, though. I mean, he's just that, like, he can tell you anything about like a German series, probably. I know. I don't know. He probably doesn't even watch that much, but he can tell you anything about the current news. He's really into that.
Fair enough.
Not as much as that. Still, right now, Case grabbing one. I mean, these are the types of rounds where you can just ramble a little bit. It didn't get that dangerous, but actually, SG.pro are maybe even turning this back around. D-Ray with that MP9 grabs one. Bomb is gonna go down.
I refuse to believe that SG.pro is going to win this. Surely Espada is
They
smart
are.
and let it-
Get
Oh
that
my
for Fame!
God, what?
And all of a sudden, Dima's down to only 9 HP. They don't have a kit, but they can make it happen. Theory, hello, and
What
good
is
night,
this?
Espada.
What is this madness? This is
I
true
was thinking about
madness.
this. I mean, we can ramble for a while, but then when rounds like that happen, let's go. I mean, there you go. That's how quickly it can turn back around, and we saw that earlier. The force buy works out this time again for SG.pro, this time around on the CT side. And well, are we now going to see a couple of rounds from SG.pro? Of course, their situation earlier was a little bit stronger for Espada, as of course Espada was able to get like 3-4 rifles into the next round. Here you do still grab 2 of them. You can also buy around that, and of course Espada is going to be forcing around, but they got the bomb down. And that
puts
would
them in
be
a
one
very
way
awkward
for
position.
SG.pro to go double digits.
Yeah,
Because Espada
it's not
now
just-
going to be longer away from a buy round.
Yeah, exactly, and the thing is, it puts them in an awkward position because even with the bomb plant, as you said, they are not exactly in a position where they can dictate the pace of the game. They'll have to now basically, adapt themselves to SG.pro, and in this case, you already see a part of that. Sotfik, I mean, sure, he gets a kill, okay, but that's about it. Double digits for SG.pro are achieved, and Espada, they don't have a choice but to go for an eco. Pistols and Kevlar at the very best, even then, just pistols. This is not a positive outlook for the entirety of this game, and a 2-0 all of a sudden becomes a lot more welcoming, a lot more, well, possible, not maybe welcoming as much. And we can see in this case, I mean, SG.pro, they know what they got with that victory. They know how close it was and how much it means for the entirety of the game, and they'll be playing accordingly. I can tell you right now, their confidence is over the roof.
Yeah, well, they're trying to expand this lead here. They're already a little bit out into the open, but Fame just spraying them down. Of course they are. It is against the upgraded pistols. They do still lose 2 of their players. Roofire not going to be able to be there in time to recover a weapon. So in the end, I mean, Espada still make it very expensive here if you consider that they do lose 2 weapons. But at the same time, I mean, Fame just racks up those kills, grabs 4, Senator to shut things down. And now is going to be my big question. What does Espada do in this rifle round? They need a W here, otherwise it only makes things more difficult. I love this spot from Senator. And look at Dire already being aggressive in towards ramp as well. SG.pro right now, really pushing it, but look at Petsy. Patsy,
he doesn't see
easiest
the
kill
feet.
you should get, but
Does
you...
not see the feet.
Oh, just about turns around in time. It is going to be Patsy to find 2.
Close call.
And that would have been
But he gets-
horrible.
I mean, it would be horrible if he had not gotten it.
But you need
this
the
case-
support. I don't know why they have a player in window instead of in con. You have a player on top of the railing on short. You might as well just
Yeah.
play a player in con to watch under.
The thing is, if you have a player in con, he doesn't see the guy coming out of under and then, you know,
Yeah.
potentially spotting the player that's boosted up. But I still agree, absolutely, they should have had a player in con to just spot the cross, if nothing else. So, you know, you take the risk of being potentially spotted coming out of under, but if there's a player there consistently in con watching the cross, you are then safe to at least somewhat play it to your own heart's desire. Espada, the bomb will be planted at least. The afterplant set for connector and jungle and pit. Oh, Sotfik. Goodbye. Never mind. The timing here. The timing is what hits him in the fields. Never mind.
Dire getting back into this. Patsy now looking to just shut it down. He does exactly that. Down to Kiss. I mean, he's pulled these things off before. Who knows what he can do now? But it is going to be Patsy. 5 kills, the ace for him in the round, and a very important one at that for Espada.
Indeed. Important round victory. And I think very important for their mental state, that they don't get too depressed too quickly about losing those early rounds, and especially that anti-eco round. That was devastating. Patsy, beautiful double to open it up. And it shows to tell how important it is to at least have some eyes on lower before you commit to something crazy like that. In any case, another round, double up. SG.pro have put everything on the line with this. They've really invested pretty much all they have. Both Keys and Senator are going to be wielding those hefty weapons.
Yeah, and I like to see this because they have been strong on their ops. Still though, we know what Senator can also do if he's on a rifle. He can be very, very deadly in that. Almost like a double hold there towards Connector for a second. Now they've readjusted. Keys kind of going back and forth. Was also the player just lingering in Palace, and that could get dangerous as Finnegan. Not going to be checked just yet. Does D-Ray go deep into that and try to go for a surprise? Also the next question. Nobody checking towards Palace just yet. D-Ray kind of going back and forth. Is the timing going to be on his side is going to be the question. He does at least find the headshot there. stavkах not able to return any damage just yet. Keys though finds the kill into Finnegan. And right now they're out already. Pat's in a decent spot in towards jungle. Dima found one onto Fame.
Oh no.
But Senator and Rootfire are back. And it's going good as Dexter and stavkах, both of them are tagged down low. D-Ray, let's go with the MP9.
It begins again. Once more we step into the wind, and it seems like the wind is carrying SG.pro quite high. Espada. It's stavkах, he's got the bomb, sure, but 11 seconds, he has to save. There has no other choice but to save. And my God, the force, when thought that it might not succeed, when thought that it's just a desperate move, it seems to be the right one. SG.pro 12-9, they break the cycle yet again. And Espada, in this time, in dire trouble. Their money is gone. Their position is weakened. They have to go for an eco here. Pistols and Kevlar is at the best what they can muster up. And even then, that is going to be limiting to a certain degree. SG.pro setting themselves up for a potential victory indeed. This is where things will take a wild turn and quickly. Espada need to do something. Need to bring the rabbit out of the hat, if we can say so. The proverbial rabbit.
Yeah, still though, Pat's in a decent position here. You don't expect him to get too much after his team already fallen in towards ramp. Yes, they recover the op, but the question is for how long? I mean, Finnegan's still alive for now. Patsy doesn't have any armor to work with. It's a 2v5 situation. They need 2 kills in ideal worlds. Just to make it a little bit more expensive for SG.pro so that they can't build up their CT side economy. Because that's the next problem that they're having. Espada still going to be in a pretty bad situation. The thing is, actually, you need a timeout here. Shot not going to be hit, but D-Ray is there in behind. Finnegan is going to fall. All 5 players staying alive for SG.pro. 13th round here. Espada, please take a timeout. Go over your game plan. What are you going to do?
Right, yeah. That's...
Get a cool head and maybe you can still get a grip of this game, because right now it's just not working out.
That's what I'm thinking here. I think a timeout and just generally a little bit of a step back and rethinking of their scenario, rethinking of their situation might be in order, although they don't seem to be inclined in doing that. They're going to be committing towards the A site. I like the idea of it, but can they actually get something done? That's a different kind of question and answer. D-Ray finds one. Patsy, good to keep it clean, at least keep it open. Oh boy. Whew. Keys needs to be careful, doesn't want to get caught there. 4v4 is still doable for Espada, and that much is clear, even with a P250 and stavkах. But look at how afraid they are on getting onto site, though. They bought enough time, well, they've wasted enough time for Fame to get into CT.
Yeah, and the point is now, sure, bomb is down, but the retakes even here for SG.pro have been strong. They've been strong hitting their shots. Senator now in towards jungle. He's going to be taken down. Finnegan, so important for him to get those 2 kills. What can Fame and Rootfire now still do? Finnegan grabbed the 3rd in the round, and it is going to be Patsy for that last headshot. Espada might just be keeping themselves alive in the last seconds there of the game. Now themselves double digits. If they would have lost that, it would have gone surely to 15. And map, and not only map, but also match points for SG.pro moving forward. Not going to be the case for now, though, as Espada trying to work their way back in. Can they now be successful though, as SG.pro have their next buy?
That certainly could have gone far worse than it did. So luckily that's not the case. But it is going to be attempt, Senator. Not going to be able to hit any shots. Dima only tagged up. That's not good enough. Rufire. Oof. Comes out swinging. Gets the second as well. Jesus. That was a good headshot. Now, we have ourselves a 3-on-3. There's one of the players out of Espada that's very late to the party. Keys might be at 1 HP, but he's got an op that he works with. And this is where both Fame and Dire will have to come out big. There's no kit as well, remember. So they're going to be limited on time. They have 30 seconds before they have to press the bomb 100% and go for it, committing it. Here comes the commitment itself. They're going to be attempting, of course.
Yeah, and Fame's looking strong here. Is going to grab that first one already onto Dexter. Dire also just about moving out. It's going to be Finnegan to actually hit the headshot there. All going to be down to Kissy. I mean, Keys, 1 HP. You're not going to do too much with the op. Just save it through into the next round. Surely Espada going to be hunting slightly, but they themselves don't have all the money in the world. It's going to be an 11th here. And the 14th is just going to be waiting. Espada might just be coming into this game in the last moment possible, as now the money is going to be mostly gone for SG.pro. Not going to be forcing wildly into this. Actually, they are. Yeah, okay, I guess force into this. Take the 2-4 loss bonus if you lose it. And then you can still kind of eco one and then play the round after with a bigger loss bonus to have a better situation in the next round. Okay, I can live with that.
Yeah, likewise. It's not the worst of
Espada
choices.
could be back to a 12th and even a 13th
Rufire.
to tie things up. Patsy now finds the first one, as you already said. Rufire falls.
Yeah, this is 12 to Espada. They're going to be saving SG.pro. There's not even a point in sticking around. Sure, the SMGs can try and get a kill or two, but SG.pro perhaps a little bit too confident with what they have that they can stop the push that's coming their way. In this case, what I mean is, of course, Rufire being alone on B without having any support. And early on, B is pretty much one of the most vulnerable of sites. I think that's as clear as day. So let's see if SG.pro can successfully transfer over this AWP. At least Keys can still make a difference even in the next few rounds. Oh, Fame, don't walk into the corner. Yeah.
A little bit unnecessary, but how could you know? In the end, it's only a Deagle lost.
True that.
And SG.pro. I mean, who knows? Kiss could just grab like 3-4 kills with the op now, and the round would look much stronger from there on out. They have to walk into his path first of all, and that's not all going to be as easily said and done as I just put it. Still, D-Ray, I like his aggressiveness with the MP9, and he might just be able to catch someone off. Or I'd expect them to keep an eye on Under. He's in the right position as well. Does he expect them close range? No, he doesn't. And look at D-Ray. Nobody's going to be checking this as they all fall back. He is able to grab 2, maybe even a 3rd, but he does exactly the perfect thing. Falls back, grabs a 3rd. No way. As D-Ray might just be holding his team in this round. A 4th kill as well.
Way.
The ace on the MP9 is going to drop up against Dexter, but he's down to 29. Bomb was down for a hot second. And don't tell me he just runs over to the B-bomb site. He's going to grab the headshot onto Rufire. But the op here, I mean, come on, Keith, you have to hit those shots. And right now it is going to be Dexter close range, finds that kill. Fame on an AK, and he has the right idea. How?
Oh
Don't tell me he runs
God.
towards A. No, okay.
Oh,
Fame-
Fame thinks it's A.
He's heard it now.
And Dexter, he's read this like an open book. Although now, because Fame has delayed himself, I'm not sure Dexter might be so certain anymore that he's coming in from B house. Either way, Dexter seems to have a good idea about this at least. He's avoiding detection like no tomorrow. Holy hell, what a round this is, D-Ray.
Oh, he's heard him now.
Dexter, he's playing the ring around the rosy, and Fame has no idea. Dexter, this is a free frag, and indeed it is. Dexter plays it like a boss. After D-Ray dismantles Espada, it's Dexter that says enough is enough and returns the favor. And that was a beautiful way to bring yourself around full circle. 13-13. Unfortunate for SG that they can't take it, but hot damn if Dexter wouldn't have made it as flashy. Damn.
That was what, a 4v1?
Yep.
In that situation for SG.pro, sure, they didn't have all the best cards, but I mean, surely you know these coming apps. Keith, just fall back. Fall back to somewhere better. If you don't hit your first shots, as you didn't, then you don't hit your second, and then you're still holding some close range angle. That's not going to work out. And Espada win the round because of it, and might also move on to win the map because of it. As that would have been a huge turning point, and a point where Espada surely wouldn't have recovered from. Still SG.pro with the next buy, and Fame, they are trying to revenge themselves, get back into this. Avenge themselves, more likely, as Finnegan finds one to bring it back to a 4-4. Keys now needs 1 or 2 kills towards short if they actually make it happen. Over toward the B-bomb site. Starts off with Finnegan. He's going to hit the damage onto Dima.
Fame will help out as well. Yeah, Dima, he is able to return. Though still, it looks like Keys is not going too far. And D-Ray, the timing couldn't be better. Keys takes down Sotfik. D-Ray denies.
Yeah, let's look back at this.
And I mean, D-Ray, I'm not sure how he makes this happen, but a hat trick to add on the 4th as well. It's just insanity that they're able to do it like this. And Dexter then to return the favor likewise. I love how Dexter pulls up the op as well. That, you know, he's absolutely comfortable in playing this round with an op. And as fate would have it, 14-13, SG.pro on the verge of potentially getting up to that series point. Espada, they're feeling the pressure, that much is clear, but that last round should give them enough hope, should push them over the edge enough, that in this case, they do not lose confidence. And looking at this economically, SG.pro are not exactly in a position they can banter or barter, excuse me. Losing this round will propel them into absolute abysmal positions themselves, and it almost certainly translates into Espada getting the 15th.
Yeah, and Dexter not watching the right angle, but how does he not fall there? Down to 1 HP. Oh, and if you look back at that on the side of SG.pro, and that might just be the one that could make a difference. Dexter barely staying alive. It looks like SG.pro want to move over towards the B-bomb site. How ready are they going to be? Roofire there with the MP9 does have the support of Senator as well. Well, he's not too far off either. Fake over towards the A-bomb site now. Does that trigger rotation?
No way. No, it does not. Roofire is ready. Here comes the first, and after the second, Roofire keeps it up. The fire is going, and Keys shuts down Dexter. Finnegan, by the time he gets onto the spot of B, he's already far too late.
And the money is gone on the side of Espada with SG.pro still having 5 players alive. Finnegan just has to hold on to this. No money brought through, but at least he brings the weapon through, something that it couldn't have afforded if he would have dropped. This is going to be a difficult round for Espada to bring back. They've won difficult rounds before, but they could also be being down in the gutters 0-2. Not only in the best of 3, but also in the Swiss stage, and that as an invited Swiss team, not the storyline that we expected from Espada going into this 4th iteration of 9-5. They could be looking at elimination just on the day tomorrow. We'll see how that goes. Oh, Finnegan.
Finnegan's got the right idea what he needs to do. Unfortunately, do they get it though? Finnegan, well, that will work magic. D-Ray gets shut out, and there's a second player getting to be shut down. Fame already finds himself one. The pop flash coming through, and the timing here perfect. Dima being drawn out of pit. As Fame just plays around the corner, his flash to perfection. Senator needs to be shut down, and unfortunately for Fame and Senator both, they get killed, but it's still Kisse that's alive. In this case, he's got the op. Oh no, Dexter. Yeah, he walks into the corner here off roof fire. That will be enough. Now all of a sudden it's down to Sotfik. He's got like a Galil. It's a one-on-one. He picks up the first. Keys is out. And they know where roof fire was. This one-on-one is vital. Sotfik, can he salvage the team? Can he salvage the round? I think the answer is just potentially yes, as he sees him, as he tags him. This one-on-one, not going to be easy at all.
He knows exactly where he's at, though. Saltfake's going to be the better man here, as he does also save the op through. We could be looking at overtime, although SG.pro should still be able to bring one last buyout into this round. I'm not sure why Keys actually pushes into that. You don't need to push anything until the bomb's been planted, especially not with the op. I mean, Keys looked solid on that first map, but surely has had his difficulties here on map number 2. On the map pick for Espada, but still so close here. It all comes down to the wire. Are we going to see first OT of the day here on the A stream? The nade just about makes it out in time.
Close call. Almost coming out shredded like mincemeat. Senator, he's playing a very dangerous game, pushing into apps with the op is always a questionable decision, and it can lead to dire consequences. And in this case, being down to the wire, being down to the 30th round, you don't want to risk it all. Espada, they can still draw overtime out of this. They can still pull it away, and I'm fairly certain they will. It does feel like it, doesn't it?
And right now,
let's see. Let's see if that's indeed the case.
I like the setup that SG.pro are going for. In the end, even towards the A-bomb site, I love the close positioning. It's been working out for them. But his Fame has been hitting his shots. Right now, though, he will have 2-3 players moving in towards Palace. How good is their peak going to be? No flashbang that's going to affect Fame here. Grabs 2 kills already. Can he get a third as well as Roofire finds a kill? Keys shows up, and this is going to be the end of it. SG.pro, as easy as that, shut down Espada. 16-14, 2-0 here after the 16-9 earlier. And SG.pro, the underdogs, I think the bookmakers had them at like a 4.5. Drop it here within 2 maps. And SG.pro, what a W here. Definitely their problems, but I mean, they now have a pretty good chance of going forward with this 1-1. Yeah. But I do have to blame Espada as well. They just did not show up.
Yeah, it seems like they got a little bit quiet during the first map, especially. Nuke was a bit of a disappointment. I think we can both say to that degree that they did not play as expected. Yesterday was far better showing against Secret, and certainly they performed beyond belief even. Today, not as much. And Mirage, it should have been theirs. They had ample opportunity. The one round, the one biggest round we can draw this back to, that we can kind of, you know, if we put everything away, it's the pistol round, if you recall. It's the one eco round that, of course, SG.pro got back in the first half, or no, at the start of the second half.
Yeah,
the start of the second half. Yeah, and that's it. That was the round that really kind of broke the camel's back. Basically, the straw that broke the camel's back. And
yeah,
I feel like that was that was the turning point in the mental state of Espada, unfortunately.
Yeah, and at the same time, I mean, Espada had their chances to get back into it. They didn't hit their shots sometimes. I mean, surely SG also had their own mistakes where Espada are going to be kicking themselves still, though. I mean, in the end, SG win it in 2, and you just can't deny that. I think it is going to be interesting to see how that is going to continue. Do we see Espada now out 0-3? Let's see who's going to face them. I mean, Dignitas, I think, also one of those teams that went 0-1 yesterday, so let's see where that goes. I doubt that they'll actually go 0-2, but the day still has a lot in it. Of course, we do still have another game coming up here on the A stream. That's going to be Secret up against Avez, so stick tuned for that at around 12 a.m. However, you should move over to the B stream for now, as the game is still hot over there. So move on over. I think Kieran and Dweg do have the action over there. Of course, all the streams over at 9to5.grid.gg. And we'll see you guys after our hours break.
Initialize booting. These are your targets. You must find, capture and contain them until extraction vehicle arrives. Witnesses are irrelevant. Leave them unharmed if you can. End of a transmission. System online.